Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has reaffirmed his government's commitment to bolstering Australia's resource and manufacturing sectors. His vision is clear: transforming the raw materials that the world needs into high-value products that the world wants, right here in Australia. On Monday night, the Senate passed Labor's production tax credit legislation, despite opposition from the coalition. Speaking during question time on Tuesday, Mr. Albanese emphasised the importance of adding value to Australia's resources rather than simply exporting raw materials and buying back finished products. "We want to make things here. We want to add value here, turning the resources the world needs into products the world wants," the Prime Minister stated. During his response to a question from the member for Paterson, Mr. Albanese highlighted his recent visit to Tomago alongside the member for Paterson, the member for Hunter, and several ministerial colleagues. He described the visit as a significant step towards securing jobs in the Hunter region and reinforcing the government's plan for a stronger manufacturing sector in Australia. The Prime Minister also mentioned his recent meeting with the global CEO of Rio Tinto, who expressed support for the government's initiatives to safeguard the future of Australia's aluminium industry. Mr. Albanese reaffirmed that his government is determined to ensure that Australia does not fall into the cycle of exporting raw resources only to repurchase processed goods. Instead, he stressed the need to create more job opportunities and strengthen local industries. "We want to make things here. We want to add value here," he reiterated. On Monday evening, the Senate passed Labor's production tax credits, a critical piece of legislation aimed at strengthening domestic industries. While the coalition opposed the measure, it received support from crossbenchers in the Senate. According to Mr. Albanese, this legislation is crucial for supporting jobs in Western Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania, particularly within the aluminium sector. The Prime Minister underscored the significance of Australia's aluminium industry, noting that it is the country's highest-earning manufacturing export. According to industry data, the sector directly employs over 20,000 Australians and indirectly supports another 55,000 jobs. In 2022 alone, Australia produced 1.5 million tonnes of aluminium, a testament to the industry's strength and potential. Despite this, the coalition voted against the production tax credits, a move Mr. Albanese criticised, citing the opposition's long history of neglecting manufacturing jobs. During his address, Mr. Albanese referenced a past presentation by the current Shadow Treasurer, in which he reportedly advocated for shifting aluminium processing offshore. He highlighted a specific slide from that presentation, which stated, "In aluminium, we are missing our chance to replace uncompetitive processing with bauxite exports." Mr. Albanese did not mince words, calling it Abe Job Killab slide. He accused the opposition of failing to support Australian manufacturing, pointing to their history of outsourcing jobs and industries. As he continued, the Prime Minister was briefly interrupted by interjections from opposition members. However, he maintained his position, arguing that their approach to the industry has consistently placed Australian workers at a disadvantage. Despite the opposition's stance, the Albanese government remains firm in its mission to revitalise Australian manufacturing. The production tax credit legislation is designed to ensure that critical industries like aluminium processing remain competitive on home soil. "We are committed to backing Australian industries, supporting Australian workers, and securing our economic future," Mr. Albanese stated. As the debate concluded, the Prime Minister tabled a report highlighting the opposition's stance on shifting the aluminium industry offshore, reinforcing his argument that the coalition has consistently failed to support local manufacturing. The Albanese government has made it clear that it is committed to strengthening Australia's resource and manufacturing industries. By implementing policies like the production tax credit, they aim to ensure that Australia is not just a supplier of raw materials but a leader in global manufacturing. While the opposition has taken a different stance, the government remains focused on securing jobs, supporting industries, and building a stronger economic future for all Australians. What do you think about the government's approach to manufacturing and resources? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insights into Australia's economic and political landscape.